I have a slight little issue here. First and foremost, it wasn't thirsty yet, which means I don't get access to the next set of eagles, even though I already had a lot of fun with the lasso on both Faust and Honglu. Technically speaking, even if I get the eagles, it wouldn't really make a difference, because it goes to Sinclair and Rodion, and neither of them are in my party, and before we reach the next set, I need at least 2, maybe 3 weeks in order to reach level 100. It was the end stage. 120. Yeah, that's far off. At least 2 weeks. And then I would need to do an additional run perchance. Where's the second one? I'm actually not even sure who gets the second Rose Eagle. The picture is too dark. Yearning Miracle. Looks like Massage, perchance? Rego? Whatever the list, that's one of the problems that I currently have. The second one is I'm extremely close to a level up, and today is Tuesday. Today is Tuesday and not Friday, which means even if I go past the upload schedule and get my Battle Pass XP from the Mirror Dungeon, I get that level up and go completely overboard with my Incophilia box. And if my Incophilia is beyond the maximum amount, I can't make any more modules. And I lose on XP tickets and everything else that I usually do on a daily basis in order to level up my Battle Pass. So, instead of waiting for Friday, I guess we're just gonna have to make an additional part today, right? I mean, it's out of my hands. It's out of my hands. I usually try to restrict myself to 2, maybe 3 parts per week. But under these circumstances, after that very evil cliffhanger, where I kind of ran into myself, I guess we can make an exception. Huh? Now I know as a responsible adult I should probably not do it because I actually have work tomorrow. But I don't really have to wake up that early, and I do, in fact, bought today a couple of energy drinks for tomorrow morning, so maybe I'm gonna be fine. Right? Certainly going to be fine. I'm going to make another exception. In Limbus Company, we have multiple exceptions around here. Right, Dawn? It's all good. It's all in favor for your story in order to break your dreams. I mean, save your dreams, right? Certainly. It's not because I want to see what that blue guy is all about. Right? Who might be the first kindred. Who knows, right? Anyways, 717, wherein the numerous tales of Dawn's adventure are recounted. So I guess he kind of forces her to talk about them either way, even if she doesn't really want to. Alright then, let us go then, right? Let us go. Alright, please hold on for a moment. Can't really have a good tale without proper backdrop and of course some music to set up the mood. Where did all of that come from? Is that a desert? With a quick flick of the staff, the magician rapidly shifts and warps everything around us. Episode 1, in which are recounted the most wondrous adventure of Don Chiffon. Alright, you even gave it an episode call? Okay. What the hell? Golden Burrow's resonance? What? Recall the day of adventure that you once lived. You dressed her up! Wait. That looks like her ego. Those colors. Okay. Indeed, I have faced countless perils and enemies in my tale of adventure. Then how about we share a few selected adventures you found particularly memorable? Let everyone see your grand exploits in plain sight. Or how about this tale then? Let's call it The Hollowed Adventures of Don Chiffon and the Night of the White Moon. Did you become the knight? Ta-da! The Night of the White Moon? Is that who you really are? Of course not. I must apologize for my delayed instruction. My name is Sanson, and I will be your guide on your visit here in the Mancha Land. The Night of the White Moon is nothing more than a role that I shall play. Okay. The Night of the White Moon. How do I look? Close enough, would you say? You seem quite peeved that such a role would go to someone such as myself. Well then, we have another actor presented here to play this character. A little green, a little incomplete, but still with a sight of great potential. I give this role of the Night of the White Moon to you. To Claire? What? Me? Sinclair held his forehead for a moment, then looked at his changed appearance in confusion. When did he? How did he? And look at that partially stitched moon. Looks kind of rushed, but alright. But that did not last. Even Sinclair gotten quiet here, like something is controlling his mind. It appears that they have become like actors on a stage. As long as that individual is talking, they cannot break character. Whoa. Is this even safe? No, probably. The pair sought a certain river, the tale of which has been told only through legends. Only the Night of the White Moon knew the path to find it. Don was merely going as directed by the knight. Oh, excuse me. The trio. I can't really forget our dear Ricochet. Each had a very distinct sound of footstep as well. The knight, an experienced yet relaxed gait. Ricochet, a stoic yet powerful stride. And you, stumbling hidden and timid. It is a deep, deep place where no one dares tread. The deepest part of the city, once challenged by countless adventurers, knights and fixers alike. A quite terrible, tranquil place inhabited only by the floating nebula. We only have a little further to venture. Once we find the river, I will guide you to that place that will be your residence henceforth. An abandoned lighthouse where no one visits. Please make that place your home. Ah, the night that gave our hero a place to live. What a kindly night. Such loyal friendship brings tear to my eyes. Verily. Very well. Then I trust thee to lead the... No. You did not have a line. Why was that? One was one. Was the excitement, the anticipation that got your tongue? Well. Not the most exciting start to an adventure, was it? Let's keep things interesting though. Shall we move on? Okay. Episode 2. Which treats on Don's encounter with bandits? No! Not the boy! Oh shit, I can't move! Well, there's no observable method by which we may escape the flow of the stage play. If we don't have a choice in the matter, then at least we should pay attention to it. Thinking back, we never actually given much attention to Don's stories before. We considered them to be too ridiculous, too tiring to listen. I could think of 1,000 different excuses, but this time, we should really pay attention. We came up with to avoid listening to her stories. I guess we should just pay attention to the story for once. Her story that we never knew. In this tale, we look at but one of many adventures of Dawn. Through the journey, the great adventurer Dawn visited many villages. And eventually, the adventurer arrived at a village of shepherds. A village of shepherds? Indeed. Upon my arrival, I only see plainly that the villagers were routinely terrorized by a band of highwaymen and raiders. Verily, I could see the palpable fear worn on the faces of the villagers. Thus, I inquired one of them to learn of what plagues them so. What? Rodion! Oh my, you must be the brave and famous adventurer. Please deliver us from our pain, my lord. Alack from woe, the wicked caitiff, the bandits fell upon thy city. A village, I mean. I done shan't let pass this plain villainy and bullying unanswered. Worry thee not, for I promise thee on all that is that I shall rout the no-good bandits from thy village. But there are too many for you to defeat all on your own, dear adventurer. Do not let such fear plague thy mind, for there is no adventure in which I, Dawn, have not prevailed. Would thou not agree? Hold on a minute. Something feels off, doesn't it? Does it? Who might you be talking to? The Knight of the White Moon? Or your brave steed, Ricochet? Well, plainly, it must be Ricochet. Many adventures have I braved alongside of my shoes, a friend and compatriots who I shan't trade for anything in the world. Would thou not agree, dear Ricochet? What? God! What did they do? I thought they were actually talking to a shoes now. Okay, wait, did she actually have a horse before? Well, that means she should get that 40 ego as well at some point, maybe. yeah, your worship, Dawn. Gregor! Did you actually go turn into a horse? Now. Let's try to focus on this adventure, shall we? Otherwise, Dawn, as brave an adventurer this hero may be, cannot fend off this whole horde of bandits all alone. Indeed, there were too many of them. That was a battle most difficult, just the villagers had feared. Will this plan succeed, your worship? What better plan dost thou suggest, dear Ricochet? Oh well, I don't really have a plan or anything. I don't know as much about the way of adventuring as you do, Dawn. I shall stand as myself, that is manifestly myself, Ricochet. That is to say that I stand without fear. Still, can't you see that we are terribly outnumbered? Know that to back down is not to flee. That one must know when to stop their stride when danger is upon us. Because once the hero has lost, all hope dies alongside of them. Right? Or something like that. But a shame. It seems that Ricochet was not as brave as Dawn, and not very compliant for a horse. Or, I guess, a pair of running shoes. Fie on thee, Ricochet! Hold thy tongue! In all these years I have lived in places that I have visited, I am yet to know a pair of running shoes as rebellious as thee. Hast thou not espied enough of my courage to fight them? Then I, Dawn, shall prove it to thee in this instant, Ricochet. Thus I, Dawn, leap into the fray, the likes of which had not been seen before, or thereafter. Flee not, my devious... What is that? Caterfish? Are you talking about the horse now? Or the shoes? Either way, a shouting soul, I stabbed and stabbed and stabbed with all of my strength behind the lance. Are we fighting Heathcliff? Okay! Paper cutouts. I mean, at the very least, we are able to use our ideas like normally, right? At the very least, we have that. Plain villainy. Poise up, inflict bleed and paralysis. Deals 20% more damage. 4, 8, 11. It's not really that strong. Bullying. 8, 10, 14. 2 poise, inflict fragility. Defense level down. And if the target has the weak, deal 30% more damage. What is the weak? Damage dealt minus 10%. Okay. Does that mean I get debuffed with the weak? Probably. And passives. On Clash Win, inflict the weak. Yeah, I don't really want that. Love bullying the weak. Flash power +1 when attacking an enemy with the weak effect. And any one of them is able to inflict the weak on us. Well, at the very least, it doesn't really seem like they're that strong, but there's a higher chance that Gregor might lose this. Might. Doesn't have to happen, but there's a good chance for it, at the very least at the start of this fight. But it seems like I think you already won one of the first clashes. Or was that? No, wait, I think that was Faust. Where's Gregor? I don't see Gregor. I I think Honglu lost. Yeah, Honglu lost one. Gregor actually managed to get some sanity this time. That's actually really rare. Okay, 15, 11, 13 is good enough. Let's go for 15. I kind of want to go for the blue one instead. But I kind of need to make sure that he wins his clashes. With the weak, they get additional clash power, and that's something that I want to avoid. And besides, with a 3 greener combo, I can boost up the attack level a little bit further. So why are you triggering the weak or the bully? Don didn't have the weak, only Honglu lost this clash. Right? Or did she lose one E as well? It's a bit difficult to tell occasionally because they're kind of overlapping each other. Well, nobody has the weak, so I guess it's fine. Okay then. 14. Kill, that's strong enough. Strong enough. 3 hits, 16, and another 14. I actually might want to speed up this purpose a little, because we still need to defeat 12 of those guys in like 7 turns, was it? We have a turn limit of 10 this time around. Which means I might want to start using my AoE cards. And for that, I still need... Actually speaking, I can already use one of ours. Okay, that's good. Just gonna push them a little bit closer to dead, because some of them are already really close to the threshold. Let's charge a bit more. Strong enough. I can always need more breath. That's a bit finicky, but that's fine. You might still be able to win that just fine. 15. Do I need more light blue? I could technically need more light blue. Yeah, okay, we're going to go for the light blue, and then next turn I'm going to activate the roses, which allows us to heal a little bit extra HP. I don't really think it's gonna be necessary, but still. Additional heals are always nice, and the fact that I can just hit almost all of those guys in one fell swoop is certainly going to be really handy for us. And who knows, maybe I have enough resources for that additional light blue count that I get Honglu ready for an AoE attack as well? Perchance. Would be kind of nice if I could. Oh, did they already run out of enemies? 3, 12. Yeah, all enemies on the field now. Well, guess it's time for some AoEs. Oh wait, I can do that. I'm certainly going to do that here. Then I can just do it here, and if I go crazy, that won't really help me out that much. Okay. Strong move. 19. 16. That's strong enough. Ego will hit everyone, and a little bit more light blue just for Hong Lu. Okay, in the next round I can certainly go for his ego, right? Certainly. I can certainly do that. I might not even need it at that point, because I'm pretty sure at least 2, maybe 3 of those guys will not be able to survive this round. But it's fine, right? It is certainly fine. Yeah, we have another ego, or not an ego, but another stagger. Once the rose shows up, they're going to be in a world of pain. If they can even survive it. I'm being serious here. That ego can be quite powerful. 213! One of them actually survived! I can't believe it! But then again, at this point, I don't even need to go for an ego anymore. I have so many attack dices. I literally have so many attack dices. Either way, that was fun. Right? That was fun. I was a bit worried at the start, because we didn't really kill anyone yet, and we already used like 3 turns, but you know how it is. Once you start getting egos, you literally decimate the enemies in like a couple of seconds. Right, Don? Well, eventually I managed to wholly purge the village of bandits and return the peace to where it belongs. Did you now? Oh, Don, your worship! I thank you for protecting our village. How may we repay this great favor? The villagers spoke of the reward for this brave adventure. Of course they did. Expecting a reward for a job done well was the most natural thing indeed. After all, who would do such difficult work for no pay at all? Oh no, no need, good lady. There is no need at all. I have merely done my duty as a righteous fixer. Oh my, for truth? You help us for free, without expecting any form of compensation? Forsooth, for that is I, the duty of a fixer. And yet, if thou truly wishes to help, then I do have to ask thee. Oh, of course, anything for you, my brave adventurer. This is not of any importance, of course. Huh? But, how could we repay you? We don't have much money. Your running shoes look like they could fetch a nice price. Fie on thee! A dot, not doled out justice based on promise of capital. Still, if thou truly wishes to help, then... What was that? Don, did you steal those shoes? For capital? What? Wait, this memory... Was that Don? I can't have that silence on the stage now. Let's keep moving and head on to the next tape, shall we? Okay, that was seriously weird. That was seriously weird. So, in a group, somebody wanted to get paid. But one of them was against it. Even though they showed interest in some pair of running shoes. Are they getting robbed of their last possession? Oh god. 718. Of the adventure to lay claim upon the helmet of Mambro and the role that are given. What is Mambro now? Did something else get stolen? Dawn! Where's your virtue? I already noticed that you didn't show any mercies to the Bloodfiends. What is going on, Dawn? Episode 3. in which is recounted the matter of Don and the helmet. Okay. And thus continues the adventure of Don. That relic, or whatever it is it even real? What if those bastards were lying to us? Nay, such cannot be the truth, for they would not lie to their deliverer. I am certain the relic is near. The pair are very clearly searching for something, but pray, what might that be? I beseech thee, fellow traveller of the roads, dost thou know about the local tale of a noble and knightly helmet of the absolutely incassidential replented Mabrino? Oh, what the hell? What the actual hell? Fine, if you're looking for that absolute whatever helmet, you might want to go up that little hill over yonder, walking along the trail all the way into the cave, and keep going deeper until you find the Helm. At least that is what folks say out here, my lord. Very well, then I shall march to that cave post-haste. Thus Ricocante and I journeyed to that cavern in search of the legendary Helm. It wasn't easy, forsooth. One of the trial at which there is to stand in our path was a big, scary bear. That is so freaking adorable. That's so adorable! Behold! A very scary bear has appeared, Ricocante. That creature there must be a man-eating bear with the cutest face ever. The bear, the tale of which we have heard so much of. Oi! How long am I going to beat this kid up? It pisses me off! Listen, you thought it's... I'm beholding it, alright? You can handle it, right? Like you always do. Verily, a mere beast such as that bear shan't match our strength. Wait, what? Okay, I was about to say. You can't make us fight against Heathcliff, right? It eats people. How fearsome. What? Big scary bear. Grrr, inflicts rapture. Power of 10. Grrr! 12, 16 power. If the target has bleed, deal more damage, more rapture. Listen, you thought it's grrr! Oh god, is Heathcliff in there? If the target has 5 bleed, additional coin power, fragile rapture bleed. Which means 5, 10, 15, 19 if we have bleed. Okay, we need to avoid that at all cost. Protection if he goes for shield, so I should probably counter that. And he gets attacks up with that as well, so I certainly need to use my defense dice against this. Heathcliff doesn't want to fight though. Why are you forcing him to fight? How can you make us fight each other like this? 15 more damage. 25 more damage against targets below or with 50% HP. Or minus 50% HP. In a clash, the opponent just might lose 1 SP. Maybe. Doesn't have to be, but it might happen. Okay, that doesn't really have to be so bad then. I'm really sorry about this. I can't even clash against it directly. I thought this would count like some kind of abnormality fight. It's a big scary bear after all. I guess that's not the case. Oh well, at the very least I can stop the defense dice. Oh no! I was about to say anything! Don't lose against him now! I mean, it's just a bear cutout! With Heathcliff inside of it! You can't lose against it now! Big and scary, yeah. Are you actually training our SP or it's just nothing happening? Kind of hard to tell. Didn't really seem to do anything. You know, technically speaking, the protection doesn't really have to be so bad. It's not for the next turn, right? It's for this turn. doesn't really have to be so bad as long as it happens near the end of this clash. Yeah, this is not good. Guard against this. 15 is good enough. I could stop it so that the others get an additional hit and more resources. Like the pride one. I need a lot of pride for my ego gifts. Okay, not so bad. Keep it going. We're giving him some fragile and paralysis for the next round. We can certainly make use of that in a second. Not entirely sure if anyone has lost the clashes against this guy yet, where he could get any benefits, but then again, it doesn't really appear like he gets any benefits. Not like the bandits in the last encounter. I mean, he does have an ability. He's not using that though. I see, not using his attack power up. Instead of protection, I would spam that defense dice for as often as I can. Maybe he thinks he doesn't need it. Maybe he actually believes that. But nevertheless, I'm certainly going to stop both of those dices. Do I need envy? Yes. Okay. So yeah, with the fragile, I'm certainly able to reach the stagger bar now. Right? Yeah, it's not even that far off. We might technically lose a couple of our clashes because his coin power is quite high, but no, he wasn't able to stop us, which means now we are just absolutely going to destroy him with every single one of our powerful attacks. In the next round, in case he actually survives us, we get another set of very powerful attacks and egos on top of everything else. So Heathcliff, if you're still in there, I would really recommend it that you get the heck out of that costume somehow. Even though it's pretty clear that you don't have a choice or an option to get out of there. Oh yeah. Oh, you're out of your costume, Dawn! Thus we vanquish the bear and claim the fabled helmet of Mambro for ours. Really? A bear? I can obliterate that poor animal in less than 3. Oh please, where's the fun in that? We shall battle this fell beast like from the books. Okay, what was that about? And Helm? Do you think these stories are actual adventures of Dawn? Miss Dawn, not once have we truly given you a chance to regale us with your tales of adventures. She usually only talks about adventures of other fixers. Or she would persist on nagging us about our own adventure. Not sure. Guess we should just keep listening for now. And to be fair, my favorite topics are the accounts and tales of other fixers. And considering that she hasn't really become a fixer herself yet, maybe she thinks the other tales are more interesting than her own? Maybe? Wait, where are we going? Are we going back? Oh well, 719 of the very nice discussion that was had between the manager and the magician. So we have a nice conversation now. Oh, that's great! Why are you forcing Dante on the stage now? It seems like everyone was able to return to the glorious attire. What just happened? I just started saying these lines like I know them by heart. Yeah, it's like we were almost hypnotized with something. And it felt so real, as though we were really there. I know this sounds absurd, but I clearly remember transforming into a freaking horse and a pair of running shoes somehow. But I was still myself up there. Strange. Wait, you actually became shoes? How wonderful was that story, I like this one much more than the juvenile, naive stories of peace and happiness between humans and bloodfiends that this place has to tell. So, where did you place that precious helmet? If I had such a priceless artifact myself, I would have been wearing it on my head for every single day. Tragically, the helmet ill-fitted my head. I had no choice but to leave it in the mine's warehouse. Most likely, it did. Shame. Why did you not keep a close eye on something so important? Something you had to go through so much to claim. You might regret the want of it someday. As much as I would like to hear what comes next, this seemed to be where I bid you all adieu. I will open the entrance to Area 2, as promised. I'm sure there aren't any other Bloodfiends who are as honest as their promises I am. Wicked Bloodfiend! How dare you! Dawn rage resumed just as the story ended, but she was still stuck in place as though the tail hadn't left her body just yet. How exciting! What new tale shall greet us in the next area, I wonder? Well then, I hope you enjoy La Manchaland's next area, or righteous adventure of justice, Don Chiffon. What was that? It wasn't a Golden Burrow's resonance, was it? It felt slightly different. I have no idea what it did to us, but we all helplessly were frozen in place, as though we were all collectively hypnotized. It wasn't like this when we entered Yiseng's Fathom, right? No. But then again, we did have a couple of roles to play, and a script, but I don't think we were actually forced to follow them. Quite. We could then well tell that it was merely a reenactment of a tale with pre-written script, reread out of our own volition. Maybe it has something to do with that Bloodfiend's special ability. It may be that he took advantage of La Manchaland's Golden Burrow resonating with a certain sinner among us, and inserted his own power there to cause this phenomenon. Oh, so we should probably stay clear of that Bloodfiend for now. Is it possible? Faust? We can continue the story. No, we shouldn't. I didn't have the courage to tell them what I've been thinking this whole time. That Don, the hero of the story in which she vanquished the bandit and protected an innocent village. That Don, whose eyes twinkle with sheer excitement at the thought of taking down La Mancha land, will eventually be forced to spill for every sinner. That she is a second kindred Bloodfiend. However, Dante, the Bloodfiend has given us the slip. Alas, we have dealt a fatal blow against one of them and managed to activate the device we had intended to access. This is a very successful mission thus far, at least I say. Oh, darn, this is gonna be so freaking awkward. This is gonna be so awkward. She was back to her usual energetic self. Oh. There comes a time when one must awaken from their dreams. But does it have to be now? Does it have to be now? I know it's her time, but she's our little energy ball. With her excitement, every story has a little extra spark in it, you know? I don't even want to imagine what happens to her once she remembers that she also used to eat humans. Normal, innocent, but possibly humans. Oh god! But Faust's answer seemed to be pointing towards something else. Once the button was pressed, a low rumble emanates from around us, and a large passageway slowly emerged before us, like a gargantua part of a great machine, ponderly clicking into place. Ho! Let us haste to the subsequent canto of this epic tale? Epic tale? Did you mean that? Ooh, but I don't know, Don. We should take our time, actually. I'm just saying, the closer we are, the more it gets uncovered. Actually speaking, is there a way for me to zoom out? I kind of want to see the whole image of this place, but I guess that's not really an option right here. A shame. But I can already see the next big area is approaching. It's right around the corner already. 7:20. We're in the cinema, each share the impression of the haunted mansion. What? Haunted mansion? Really now? Nay, tease me not. Jest me not as thou my vengeance won for fools. I have already explained that you do not know of true adventure. We shall soon walk a path of suffering, its intensity unprecedented and monumental. Do you not see the grand gate of adventure rising and unlatching before us? Thus, silence your brethren and resume the preparations. Let us leave post-haste. This is quite odd, however. Since when was Ricocante given the gift of speech? What? I thought you always talked to Ricocante. Before he was a horse and then some shoes. Alright. Okay, fine. Bloody Mary, the haunted house. When we had our reservations, we took the path Sansan opened for us and made it to the next area. I'm worried a bit about Xingyu and the other fixers. They were also assigned to Area 2, right? I hope they're alright. Xingyu will be alright, I'm sure of it. Oh, that reminds me, I have a funny family joke to share. A family joke? Well, let's hear it. It goes like this. Any of our siblings who manage to survive on their own up to the age of 15 in our household will probably be okay, even if they were to be tossed out into the middle of the outskirt. What's that supposed to mean? Are you guys killing each other from a young age? Okay, I guess we should hurry then. I bet Area 2 is just as bad, if not worse than Area 1. If something bad were to happen to your sister in front of your eyes, then I will gather her remains and lay them in her final resting place when I return home. Whenever that may be. Xinshun would have done the same for me. Yeah? Anyways, ain't this place a bit drafty, fellas? This place feels very different from Area 1. Unlike Area 1, which was extremely gaudy and overly decorated, this place is teeming with ominous and depressing silence. This place is... how should I put it? It's eerily quiet, almost spooky even. Well, I hope this is a good kind of quiet. You know, what if it's just quiet down here because the fixer who made it here first already took care of all of the Bloodfiends? I mean, that would certainly be really, really handy for us. It is pretty suffocating just to sit here though, not knowing who won the fight, or if there even was a fight to begin with. Let's not try to get added to that wall of missing person posters, alright? How much time do we have until La Manchaland is closing? 5 hours by my estimate. Nice! I would say we move at a decent pace then. Hey, what if we were the first group that managed to activate the area device? Well, we did suffer some losses. Losses? I would believe we only prudent a traitor in our midst. Yet, all sits ill at the back of my mind still. It was not as though we passed the first area by our own will and effort. It was the command of the man in his magical outfit by which we were made to pass through. Well, he was a pretty weird blood fiend, right? And I couldn't quite tell what it was, but there was something familiar about him. Is it because of the blue tech? I mean, I already noticed it before. He might be related to Damien. I just assumed it though, but if you say this, that kind of proves it a little. It's not a full confession, but that would be kind of funny if he's related to Damien, because in that case, he probably won't kill us outright. Maybe. Something familiar. I guess he did seem kinda similar to Ryoshu in that artsy-fartsy way. Wow. Ryoshu quietly let out a cloud of smoke. It briefly lingered mid-air before turning into a bizarre shape. Oh, that's cute. Is that a cat-shaped plum? It's you, weeping and sniffling. An expression of the consequences should you mistranslate me in the future. Oh. This place is pretty neat, huh? What is? Look here, on the map. They have an infirmary here. Guest injured on the right, guests who need a moment to calm down, or any blood fiend who are in urgent need of blood. You can find help here. Huh, ain't that awfully nice of them? And they did say that Lamantuland was intended to be where blood fiends and humans can peacefully, happily coexist. Maybe a long time ago, it really did work for a while. At least, according to the description of this map. Nonsense! That would be an impossible task! Most evidently! An adventure such as this cannot possibly exist in a tale of Dawn, a place to coexist with villains? Pah! Absurd! The subject though reminds me of a case Lord Siegfried had once resolved. A battle atop the bridge it was. Back then, the villain suggested a compromise most devious, not unlike the one suggested by the wicked one who inhabited this place. They sought to seduce him with promise of riches and power, to have him stand with them. Yet Lord Siegfried refused to bend his very knee. He answered their suggestion with but a mighty socking against the villain's jaw. Oh, that 1 hour edit of the battle, huh? Wasn't it pretty obvious that it was kind of staged? And declared thusly, "Thou shalt make a purchasable product of I, Siegfried, with thy contemplated money, and fire off the super special laser beam cannon at the villain! Sia!" Okay, that certainly has to be fake. Does he have a laser beam? Attention, man. A timely intervention of Otis put a stop to Don's story. There are remains of bloodbags stirring about in close proximity of this attraction. It's called, let's see, Haunted Bloody Mary. Is this one of those Haunted Mansion attractions? Hey, Sinclair, you think these Haunted Mansion have actual... Oh no! Stop right there! Hey, my parents took me to an amusement park once, okay? So don't think you can use this to tease me or scare me like this! This was actually just a genuine question. I've never been to an amusement park before, you know? I'm sorry! I'm so scared! Don't you worry about it. So, these places actually have ghosts, or nah. I usually know, but you never know. Especially during October. I'm fairly sure they have pretty cheap-looking animatronics and mannequins at worst. As attraction of that category often admits guests of all ages, including children. They do not place real paranatural entities such as ghosts inside of them. However, they often install various tools and visual effects to stimulate fear responses in their guests. Yeah, they are usually family attractions. Oh god. Where's the family? Your siblings? I never had anyone. Not even on that day that I was born. I've only known the cold loneliness. Then let me grant you the will to live. The family I shall grant you will forever be by your side. So come with me. Is that the first kindred done? They had red letters though. I kind of expected that Sanson might be the first kindred. But it seems like that power was related to the Golden Morrow instead. But nevertheless, that was clearly the moment when she was turned, right? When she was added to the family. interesting, very interesting. But I would say this is a perfect moment for us to make our very first cut. I hope you guys had fun, and I'll see you in the next part. Until then, bye bye!